Hi, John. Hi, Joel. Sophia Soto at Nerdtropolis. How are you both today?
Well,
Hi,
thank you,
Sophie.
Sophia.
I am
Is it Sophie or Sophia?
Sophia or Sophie, whatever you want to call me.
Okay.
Before we start, actually, John, I do have to say to you, my family will disown me if I don't tell you. My family and I watch Big Fat Greek Wedding every single time it is on. It is one of the favorites. So just had to tell you.
That's good. I love that. I love that. Every time you watch it, I get a nickel.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Every time it's on in my household. And I'm not joking. This movie was really, really incredible, so powerful, and the performances from both of you were just, I was really blown away by the end of it. And one of my favorite parts of it was there are some really beautiful quotes throughout the film that I feel like you really walk away with. One of my personal favorites was, you can't always choose the path you walk, but you could choose the way you walk it. So I wanted to ask the two of you, what is one quote that kind of resonated with you and you stuck with it after you finished rapping?
I can see. I want to go first.
Yeah, go first.
My favorite one is a true one in the O'Leary family is, son, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
That's good. One that John says a lot is, you get one life, make the most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And one of the questions in the beginning of the film and at the end of the film was, why me? And it's a question that we've all asked at some point in our lives for the big or small things. So I want to ask, when you personally find yourself wondering, why me? What do you remind yourself of to kind of ground yourself?
I think for me, it's kind of like remembering that I'm just like a small piece in a big world. Because I think sometimes when your problems start to loom over you, they start to take on a life of their own. They can kind of run your life with anxiety and stress and worry. And just remembering, like, as you're walking down the street, like, everyone's got their problems. Like these people all around you are also living their lives, and they've got their own stuff. And so it kind of helps me take into perspective of like what my problems are. And I'm like very blessed. I have an incredible life, wife, family, and like my problems really aren't like that big, but they sometimes start to like play games in your head and take on a life of their own, but just have perspective.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I'm sort of a fatalist, which is in the back of my mind is always like, I knew this was going to happen. And my wife will say, like, you've got everything going for you in the world. You've got money, you've got a nice house, you're famous everywhere you go. She goes, what are you complaining about? But it's just my nature to go like, I knew things were too good. I knew my car was going to blow up or whatever it is, So I forget to realize how, listen, John O'Leary doesn't have any fingers, right? Oh, my car doesn't work right. I forget to put things into perspective sometimes.
And this story definitely did. Like I said, I walked away feeling like a new perspective. And one of the full circle moments that really stuck out to me and was a personal favorite was the father and son taking each other around the bases. That just really, really got me. What do you think is the power in showing that sort of role reversal and how they've been there for each other through these difficult times at different points in their lives?
Well, in the movie, very early on, Jack Buck says, take him for a spin around the bases. So a young, vital Denny gets to take his little boy who's in a, you weren't there for that. Yeah. I don't think you were there to watch us, but I get to run him around the bases, when he's still in a wheelchair and bandaged up. And then at the end of the movie, he does the same for me as I'm much older and dealing with my own challenges. So I like those two setups in the movie.
It's a nice inclusion.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the story is so profound between father and son and that relationship, and Denny taking care of John in the hospital, and then later in life when Parkinson's really is taking its toll on Denny, John is stepping up and helping take care of his dad. And something that not a lot of people know is that Susan and Denny's house burned down again from a toaster catching fire. And this was when John had his construction company, and John rebuilt their house the second time. And so it's, the almost the fulfillment of like John burned down the house and it was fixed, and then it burned down again, and John was the one to fix it this time. And similar to that, like taking care of his father after his father took care of him. It's just they loved each other profoundly and very deeply. And yeah, Denny was incredible.
And little side note is John O'Leary loves toast, so they think it was John who actually burned the house down again the second time.
It was not John. He wasn't even there.
Yeah. I think John burned it down the second time because he does love toast.
He does.
Obviously, when you're kind of doing a project that is based on a true story, I wanted to ask, how do you two balance, honoring the real person while still bringing yourself and maybe your own experiences or lessons you've learned to the role?
I haven't played many real people, so to have the guy 10 feet away from me that I'm playing, it was a little uncomfortable for me. But they also knew that I didn't do a deep study with Denny to try to replicate him. I will say this: when I watched this guy playing John O'Leary, I was surprised how much of John he picked up from spending a little bit of time with John. You picked up so much of John O'Leary just in everything you did. It was bizarre.
Well, the reason I was able to do that is because he has hours and hours and hours of speaking engagements, and so I put them on replay. I watched tons of hours of John, and I would listen to his book. But Denny's not as public as John was, and so there wasn't as much for you to find like publicly. But John is everywhere. So
I'm also very lazy. Even if there was, I'm very lazy. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work I didn't know you did that till right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I watched hours and hours of John. But Denny was much more private. He didn't have the public life that John had. So there's also that accessibility.
Just when I've seen the movie twice now, and because when we were filming it, I didn't know, but over this year and change, I've gotten to really know John. So when I saw the movie recently, it's like, you just picked up so much, your posture, everything. It was really bizarre.
Thanks, man.
Well, seriously, congratulations on this film. I can't wait for everyone else to see it and feel the way I do about it. And I really appreciate you both taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you, Sophia. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. So much fun.
Sophia.
Thank you both.